Do you find it difficult to learn new vocabulary and then use it accurately? I have a strategy that might just help you out. Just so we have something to compare to, let's take a look at the traditional method of learning vocabulary first. I'm going to teach you 3 words. You may have seen them before, or some of them may be new. The first word that I'm going to teach you is scenic. And scenic is an adjective that is used to talk about beautiful nature. If somewhere has beautiful scenery or beautiful nature, you could say it is scenic. The next word we're going to look at is culture. As you may know, culture focuses on the traditions or differences between different groups of people. And finally, the last piece of vocabulary we're going to look at is an idiom. And this idiom is blow off some steam. To blow off some steam basically just means to relax. So that would be the traditional method of learning vocabulary. While you may have understood it while I was explaining it to you, it might be difficult for you to use that vocabulary now and to remember it in the future. So let's look at a more effective way of learning vocabulary. In this method of learning, instead of looking at individual words, we'll learn by using phrases. All of the things that we've talked about already might be reasons why people travel. So let's look at that in a sentence. The start of the sentence could be, I travel to. Okay, I travel to. So let's look at the reasons. Number 1, I travel to experience a new culture. So there's our new word, culture. Number 2, I travel to see some scenic places. That's our second word, scenic. And finally, I travel to blow off some steam, which, as we've already said, means I travel to relax. By breaking the sentence down into 2 different parts, you can be confident that when you use this vocabulary, you'll be using it accurately. Of course, if you want, you can now use this in different ways by changing the start of the sentence. For example, in the sentence, I travel to see some scenic places. Now you could say, I want to see some scenic places, or I'd like to see some scenic places. Over my years of teaching, I've found that this method helps students not only remember the vocabulary better, but use it more accurately. The reason for this is because they have context for the vocabulary. If you just learned a single word on its own, it might be difficult for you as a non-native speaker to really understand how would a native speaker use that word. By learning the vocabulary as part of a sentence, it gives you some context in which you can use it accurately. In order to test yourself now and see if you can use this vocabulary correctly, try filling in the gaps of these sentences and posting your ideas in the comments below. So this method was just one way to learn new vocabulary. There are lots of other methods and strategies that you can use to help you learn and use vocabulary more effectively. Remember, when you're learning vocabulary, understanding it is only the first step. To truly know the vocabulary, you need to be able to use it yourself. Over the next few weeks, I'll be sharing some other strategies that may help you as well. As always, stay safe and thank you for watching this video with Me to You English.